Hey, what's up? You are now listening to another episode of the Grow Up Podcast with your host, Minister Tasha, and I am excited about today's episode. So let's not waste any more time and let's jump right into the episode. And if you watched the video from last week or maybe listened to the audio file in last week's episode, I shared with you that I am on this journey to 40 in less than 7 months. I will be 40 years old, and I wanted to take some time to reflect and to recap and share with you the lessons that I have learned over the years. I've said it, just because I'm turning 40 does not mean that I'm super old, right? I'm still young. I get it. It also doesn't mean that I know everything, but what I do understand is that God has allowed me to have some very important experiences. He's allowed me to learn some very valuable lessons that I've benefited from, but I also know that others can benefit from those lessons as well. So as I've spent time reflecting, one of the key lessons that I've learned over the course of the past few years specifically is that it's important that we're patient. It's important that we are patient. I know that I've spent some time talking about achieving goals and having a plan and wanting to be more and do more. But one of the keys in wanting to be more and do more is also patience. Everything isn't going to happen overnight. I know we've heard about the overnight success, but you never know what that person spent the last 5, 10, 15 plus years doing, right? We may see someone that has made it big today, but we don't know what they've been doing over the past 20 years. We don't know how many sleepless nights they've had. So it's important for us to not make any assumptions about them, but also it's important for us when it comes to our success and what we want to achieve. It's important for us to be patient. I don't know how many of you like popcorn, but you have microwave popcorn, but then you have the popcorn that you cook over the stove. The microwave popcorn, of course, is a lot quicker. It's faster. You open up the box, pull the package out, put it in the microwave, 2 minutes, maybe 2.5 minutes tops. Your popcorn is ready. Sit down, watch a movie, eat it, have a snack, whatever. But then you have the other kind of popcorn where you have to get a saucer. You put the oil in the saucer, you put it on the stove, let that heat up, you pour your popcorn in there, put the top on, and you shake it, right, until it's ready. And that process is a little bit longer, but if we compare the two, and I've done this, if I compare the flavor of the microwave popcorn with the flavor of the popcorn that I make over the stove, to be honest with you, the popcorn made over the stove, to me, it tastes better. Right? The quality is fresher. It tastes fresh. And I think that leads us into realizing that as we are on this journey to becoming, as we are on this journey of becoming, it's going to take time. It is going to require patience. Right? If you've ever tried to learn how to do something, you've had to practice time and time again. You've had to spend some time and some hours or some months mastering that and practicing. You had to start somewhere and then progress. The same thing once again with our goals, the same thing with my life and becoming 40, the same thing with you and whatever journey that you're on. Be patient. Know that God is working it out. You are going to get exactly what God has in store for you. It's just going to take a little patience. But here's the second thing that I've learned. Here's the second lesson that I've learned over the course of the past few years is not only is it important to be patient, but then it's also important to be persistent. I'll use me in this podcast, for example. It's important for me that in order to get comfortable sitting on the other side of the camera with the microphone in my face, in order to get comfortable doing the editing and doing the sound checks and all of that stuff, that I have to keep doing it and be consistent and persistent. It's important that if we want to learn to play an instrument, practice makes perfect, right? We have to be persistent. Let's go back to the conversation about our goals. If we want to achieve something, we have to go after it persistently. Now, will there be moments where we might take a day or two or, a week off? Yeah, we need a vacation. We need some downtime. We need some time to reflect and regroup and all of that. And I get it. But that does not mean that we take the time off and just completely stop. We are never going to get exactly where we're supposed to be if we're not patient and if we're not persistent. I remember the story in the Bible about the widow that kept going to the judge. And every time she would go to the judge to make her plea or make her request, he would tell her no. But guess what? She didn't stop. She kept going and kept going and kept going until finally the judge granted her wish. What does that tell you and I? We have to keep pressing. Regardless of the obstacles that we may face, regardless of how many no's we may hear, if there is something that you truly desire to achieve, if there is something that I truly desire to achieve, I have to be persistent. You have to be persistent. Please, ma'am, please, sir, do not give up. Keep pressing, keep moving, keep studying, keep practicing, keep reading, keep praying. Continue. Be persistent. So again, the lessons. I've learned that I've had to be patient. I've learned that it's important to be persistent. But then here to me is the best one of today. It's important that we remain humble. Can I say that one more time? It's important that we remain humble. Could it be that one big goal that we want to achieve is delayed because God knows that we wouldn't be able to handle that success? Could it be that maybe God is delaying that accomplishment because he needs us to learn humility right where we are? If we can't remain humble in the current situation that we are in, why should God bless us with more? Listen, regardless of where God takes me, regardless of what platform he puts me on, regardless of who he sits me in front of, regardless of what table I'm at, regardless of where I'm serving, it does not matter. My responsibility to God is to remain humble, because I know that it's only because of him that I'm at that table. Here's the lesson for you. Remain humble, right? It may sound simple, but I realize that sometimes it can be difficult to remain humble, because you'll have people that want to press your buttons and want to come up to you and be like, who are you? How did you get a seat at this table? And the flesh immediately wants to be petty and tell them where to go and how to get there and how quickly to get there. But look, remain humble. It's not even worth it. It is not even worth it. So our lessons for today, as you are on this journey with me to 40, is to be patient, be persistent, and be humble. Listen, if you've received any value from this video or any videos in the past, can I invite you to just like it? I don't even want to ask you to subscribe right now, right? I'm just inviting you to like the video. And if you want to take it to the next level, if you have received any value, can you leave me a comment? I promise I will respond. But let me know that you are receiving value from anything that has been said or has currently been said on this video, or maybe videos in the past. I hope that you were blessed. I hope that you were able to take something away from my journey to 40. Thank you for joining me, and I invite you to continue forward in the journey to 40. Peace.